welcome to another video. This video gives quite an excitement to me as I'm going to take up today a very interesting and amusing chapter of your supplementary reader class 12 VISTAS textbook. Yes, the Tiger King. The Tiger King chapter is quite an interesting chapter from your textbook. The Tiger King is simple yet quite an interesting story about a king who is being named as the Tiger King. The Tiger King is a very famous, a simple yet an interesting story. You will find numerous videos related to this chapter. But how this video is going to be different? That's the question. In this video, you're going to get a clear summary of the chapter with simple points and without missing a single event of the story, and that too in a simple English which you'll be able to understand and able to use in your answers effectively. Because commonly noted, students tend to understand this chapter through Hindi translations and later it makes them difficult to write the answers properly in their paper. And this creates a difficulty to write the answers in the answer sheets. Because when you have to write the answers, you cannot use any other language except English. Understand and learn your chapter in English itself. So, let's start. The Tiger King is written by Ramaswamy Iyer Krishnamurthy, whose pen name is Kalki. So, in your textbooks, you will find The Tiger King by Kalki. So, understand that Kalki is the pen name of Ramaswamy Iyer Krishnamurthy. He has written this story, The Tiger King, which became so famous as it talked about the kings and princes under British rule. It actually talked about the frivolous and careless attitude of kings and princes during British rule. Kalki, through this story, tries to portray a short political satire on the frivolous attitude of these kings and princes, on the pride and ego of these kings and princes or those who were in power. He tries to show us through this story that these kings and princes were actually not interested in ruling or taking care of their kingdom. Instead, they were busy in satisfying their silly wishes and enjoyments. This story is set in Pratibandhapuram, and the Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is the hero of the story. Kalki starts the story by saying how the Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram got the name the Tiger King. He says that he does not want this to keep it as a suspense, and in the beginning itself or in the opening paragraph itself, he reveals why Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram was known as the Tiger King. Kalki tells us that Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram was called by various names. He was actually Maharaja Jamja Bahadur, and you will find many other names like this in the text itself. But finally, he was famously known as the Tiger King. And Kalki, from the opening paragraphs itself, tells us why Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram or Jamjang Maharaj was known or Jamjang Bahadur was known as the Tiger King. He tells us that is based on a rumor. It might be a rumor the prince will be killed by a tiger. Kalki tells us when the prince was 10 days old, merely 10 days old, at that time the chief astrologer or the royal astrologer predicted the baby will definitely die. The prince will die. At this, he was only 10 days old. The baby started miraculously speaking, and he said that yes, if one has taken a birth, he has to die. At this, all were shocked to see our baby speaking. But the baby wanted a reply. What could be the nature of his death? That needs to be explained. At this point of time, the royal astrologer says that the baby prince is born under the bull star. So, bull is an enemy of tiger. So, the prince will be killed by a tiger. After listening to this, the baby said, "Let tigers beware." Kalki tells us that this could be a rumor, but this is how the things were believed in Pratibandhapuram. After this incident, our baby prince started growing, and at the age of 20, he was brought up as a typical Indian prince. Brought up by English nanny, drank only English cow's milk, watching English movies. To this, Kalki tries to show us that how English Britishers' influence and kings were leading a very lavish and luxurious life. At the age of 20, Prince was crowned as a king and he was crowned as a Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram. At this stage, Maharaja or the king came to know that people were talking about his approaching death by the tiger. And this made Maharaja to decide that he will start killing the tigers. And he set out to kill the tigers. And he becomes successful killing his first tiger. Immediately after killing the first tiger, he takes the tiger to the chief astrologer who had predicted the king will be killed by the tiger. He goes to the royal astrologer and shows off the carcass or the dead body of the first tiger killed by him. But the astrologer said that he might kill 99 tigers, but it is 100 tiger that is going to take his life. And this really startled our prince. That day, the king decided that he will kill 100 tigers. And that's how eventually Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram, Junjung Bahadur, was known as the Tiger King. And from that day on, tiger killing started. And Maharaja took an oath that he will kill 100 tigers, and he decided that he would attend to all the matters after killing 100 tigers. So this is an important point to note, that Kalki wants to show us that these kings and princes, for their frivolous, selfish attitude, they didn't even bother about their duties and responsibilities towards their kingdom. In Pratibandhapuram, king ordered that no one except him would kill the tiger. So he banned tiger killing in Pratibandhapuram. Only king had the rights to kill the tiger. King was very courageous and brave. He killed many tigers, and in 10 years he killed around 70 tigers on his own. Sometimes he fought with the tiger, he was attacked by the tiger, but still he made up to killing 70 tigers within 10 years. The king was so keen in killing the tigers that he would not allow even a single person to kill the tiger. The writer mentions an incident that once a British officer who was very fond of killing tigers and taking picture with the dead body of the tigers or the carcass of the tigers wanted to hunt in Pratibandhapuram. But our Raja Junjung Bahadur said that he will not allow anyone to kill tiger except him, and this could have actually angered the British officer. So to cover up that or to please the British officer, Junjung Bahadur gifted British officers by 50 diamond rings. 50 diamond rings were gifted to his wife to compensate with the idea of not hunting in his area. And this actually made him a loss of 3 lakhs rupees. Slowly, the tigers in Pratibandhapuram started becoming extinct, and this worried our Raja a lot. This worried our king a lot. So, our king got an idea. He decides to marry a girl with a good amount of tiger population. And definitely, he finds a girl like this and he marries a girl with a good amount of tiger population. Every time he used to visit his father-in-law, he used to kill 5 to 6 tigers at a time. And in this way, our king was able to kill 99 tigers. And now only the 1 tiger is left. And now the 100 tiger is left. But where is the tiger? There was no tiger left round. The king ordered everyone to search for the tiger. Somehow he wanted the tiger. King was very angry. He dismissed his officers because no one was able to find the 100 tiger. He threatened Diwan of his court that if he is not going to find the 100 tiger, he is going to double up the taxes. This scared our Diwan a lot. There was no tiger to be seen, and our Diwan was so worried and tense. Diwan Sahib got a wonderful idea. He brought a week-old tiger from People's Park, Madras, and dragged the tiger onto the car and placed the tiger in the jungle so that Maharaja can shoot him. The tiger was placed in a manner that Maharaja could see him and make him a target. He placed the tiger in front of Maharaja and planned a shoot. Maharaja shot the tiger. Maharaja fired the bullet and the tiger was on the floor. And thus Maharaja thought that he killed his 100 tiger and was so happy and was so delighted and happy that he ordered the dead body of the tiger for the grand procession in the town hall. But the hunters around noticed that the tiger was not killed. It was actually fainted. The bullet was missed. Hunters got very frightened at the idea of thinking if Maharaja would get to know that he missed the bullet, Maharaja would be very angry. So one of the hunters decided to shoot the tiger himself. So fearing the wrath or the anger of Maharaja, one of the hunter decided to shoot the tiger himself. and thus the tiger was killed, and the dead body of the tiger was taken in the position. Maharaja was so delighted. Maharaja was so excited and happy that he has won over the destiny, and now he is starting devoting his time to his family. He was so happy and relaxed, and he was not thinking at all about tiger hunting. Maharaja was giving enough time to his family. It was the occasion of his child's third birthday. To celebrate Maharaja's son's third birthday, Maharaja decided to give him a special gift. And do you know what was that special gift? Maharaja bought a wooden tiger for his son. This wooden tiger was actually a cheap wooden toy made by some unskilled carpenter. By playing with his son with this wooden tiger, Maharaja got hurt with a tiny sliver, S-L-I-V-E-R, which is pronounced as sliver. Sliver. Okay, sliver is actually a tiny, narrow, pointed piece of any object. So Maharaja got hurt with a sliver of wood. Maharaja was hurt by the sliver of wood, and this badly hurt him. The infection spread so fast that the Maharaja had to be operated upon, and he was operated by 3 surgeons. These 3 surgeons operated on him, but they could not save Maharaja. Maharaja died due to the infection. So, as the prediction goes by, Maharaja ironically met his death by the 100th tiger. So, I hope you understood how Kalki tried to show us how the Tiger King got or acquired his name as the Tiger King, as King decided to kill the tiger to prove the prediction wrong. But finally, the prediction came out to be true, and the king was killed by the 100th tiger. So friends, I hope that you must have got the clear picture of the whole chapter. As I told you, the Tiger King is a very simple story. Students, whenever you go through the chapters of your supplementary reader, like our supplementary reader, VISTAS, the chapters included in the supplementary reader are actually the stories and the work of literary art which are for enjoyment and for your appreciation. So, class 12 students should focus on the main characters, the gist of the story, and major themes discussed in the story, and the lessons or the values being imparted through these chapters. So, the theme of the story can be said as, first theme can be taken as satire on game hunting amongst rich and powerful. Second theme can be taken as how innocent animals are being tortured and killed by the frivolous attitude of the rich and powerful. Next thing can be taken as the pride and ego of the kings and princes of the British rule. I hope that you have understood our story, The Tiger King, clearly. Let me tell you the most expected questions from this chapter. Question number 1. Explain the ironical death of the Tiger King. Question number 2. How did the Diwan manage to arrange 100 tiger? Question number 3. What vow did astrologer take if Raja will not be killed by the tiger? Question number 4. Explain the satire in game hunting of the Tiger King. Question number 5. Describe the English behavior of Junjung Bahadur. So friends, I believe that you must have understood and enjoyed the video. So for more videos and lectures, do like this video and subscribe this channel.